Hi everyone and welcome back to the Aussie Moto channel. So I'm out today standing in front of a brand new car. Well, brand new to me anyway, it's quite an old car. But this is my newly purchased GU Patrol. And let me say, this is probably one of Australia's cheapest LS Patrols. Now, he did have it up for a lot more. I ended up talking him down. There was a couple of issues with the car, but sorting those out in his driveway. I actually drove this thing home last night around about 150 Ks and it performed flawlessly. Now, before we get into anything further, it has got scrapes and scratches, it has got dents, some of them are quite bad, and we are gonna require a few new panels on it. We're also missing a window here and a mirror. Well, the mirror's in the back, but the window is smashed. So we need to get a few new panels and parts. But with all that, it's still a very cheap Patrol. And at the end of the montage we're about to do on it, drop in the comments what you think I actually paid for this thing and what you think the value of it is and what you would pay. So with that, let's get into it. So, with all that, again, what do you guys think I actually paid for this car? Don't go and skip ahead, it will be at the end of the video, but drop it down what you guys think I paid and what you would pay personally for a car in this state, but with these sort of mods on it. So, we're gonna get in and actually do some work on the car later. Hopefully you guys are getting some nice clear audio. We've actually bought some mics finally, and hopefully the wind noise is now down to a minimum. But we're gonna get to work on the car a little bit later tonight. It is currently just under 40 degrees out here. We've also got a breeze up, which is nice, but it's also not. But anyway, enough about the weather. We'll get back into the car a little bit later. Now, we're currently repairing this guard just here. I'm not sure if it showed previously, but we did have a huge dent that sort of pushed this in. We've popped it out a little bit already. It's definitely a lot better than what it was. But I'm going to remove the guard and put it on a bit more of a flat surface, try and see if I can get this crease out here and make it look a bit more presentable. It's never going to be perfect, but you get that unfortunately, and with the budget, well, I don't really want to spend too much if I don't have to. If it doesn't turn out right, I will just replace it, but if I can get it good, I'm going to leave it alone. We then have to do this side wheel bearing. I've already done the other side off camera, but it's quite bad, especially with the tyre on it. So we're gonna get in, clean that up, and whoever did them last also had the seal end backwards on the other side, so we fixed that up.
Windows down, cities alive, cruising slow on this sunset drive. Sunset drive, lost in the night, feeling your ghost in the fading light. Every mile, every lane, every song takes me back to where we went wrong. Sunset drive, can't let you go.
Bit of an effort, but we finally got that guard off. Not sure how much of that I've kept, but it took quite a while. I've never actually pulled a guard off one of these before, and there's a few sneaky screws which you don't realise about. The one's just here that hold the headlight in. Guard turned out okay for what it is. It's not going to win any contests, but it looks a lot better. We've cleaned out the front headlights, which come up quite nicely. So it's going to make the front end look a lot cleaner. We're going to be doing the wheel bearings now on it, get those out of the way and get it back on all fours. Okay, so we're under the guard here. We're about to start on the wheel bearing. I'll turn the camera around in just a sec. But pretty much we're just going to go through and give the wheel bearings a service. I'll show you quickly how it's done. It's very basic and it doesn't honestly take too long. So you need a 8mm Allen key to take the manual hubs off the end of it. You'll need a set of circlip pliers for external circlips. You can do it with a punch or a chisel to undo the nut, but if you've got the proper tool, it's a lot better. I've got one personally. I've actually got 3 of them, but we'll get that off. You also need a 22mm socket or spanner to take the caliper off and get that out the way. And once you've got it out, you'll need obviously new grease, cleaning stuff, plenty of rags. It's a dirty job. And you'll also need a punch so you can get the wheel bearings out of the back side.
Sunset drive, lost in the night, feeling your ghost, the fading light. Every mile, every lane, every song takes me back to where we went wrong. Sunset drive, can't let you go. Your memories heavy, but I can't slow. I keep rolling through the city glow, chasing shadows from long ago. Sunset drive, neon skies above, every heartbeat reminds me of our love. Late night streets, music low, I can't escape, I can't let go, yeah. I've been rolling late, city in my veins, shining under nights, forget the pains. Every street tells a story we made, every turn another memory played.
Things off. We've actually already pulled them apart. The front wheel bearings looking really good, so there's no damage or major wear to it. Same with the bearing shell or the cone. Grease is very dirty, but besides that, it's actually in pretty good condition. Just going to inspect the rear one. We've cleaned up the wheel bearings, the hub and everything. The bearings look really good. The seal looks not too bad as well. It's got a very slight nick out of it just there, but that'll be fine. I'll order a couple of spares and sort that out at a later date. So I'm just going to pack these wheel bearings now, get it all back, all assembled, and put it on the car. All right, so now that that's done, we're going to quickly clean up that caliper, put that back together, and get the wheel back on it, and then we'll get to work on the servicing side of things, I reckon. With this, we're going to change out the engine oil, gearbox transfer, and front and rear diff oils. Now that the wheel bearings are done, that's a big job out of the way. Got the rest of the spark plugs to change, and then I've got to go out and pick up my fans, pull the radiator out, customise the shroud to suit those, and then we can pretty much fix the wiring up for the cooling system, and we're getting close to almost having this thing ready to go for this trip. Got the snorkel all plumbed back up properly, the inner guards are back into it. We've cleaned up underneath the actual guards, as you can probably see just here. So everything's looking nice and clean. Still got to dry it as a satin black, not a gloss black, but it's looking mint. So I'm very happy with things so far. And yeah, that guard's looking a lot better than it did. So this is the new alternator. I got old eBay, 140 amp hour, 3 years warranty, and it cost me 130 bucks. Took about 3 days to get here, so pretty good in my opinion.
City lights passing by, Memories floating in my mind.
Well, it's changed out. We'll just check the charge on it quickly.
Hearts in the
Try and do this with
leaving the past behind.
one
Every
hand.
mountain memory I
Charging at 14.9 volts, so just under 15 volts. It was charging about 15.6 before, just before I pulled it out I checked it. So it's definitely too much charge. Getting close to 15 volts, it is almost on the borderline, but it's obviously a new alternator. The battery's probably a little bit flat, so it might be pulling a bit more. We're going to change the terminals on it now, and there's a bit of routing where the main line goes for the starter motor, so I'm going to change that out also, and hopefully that'll be it under the engine bay, besides the power steering hose, so I still got to do as well. We are now going to do the fans for the radiator. I've just gone and picked those up. So they're a set of BA Falcon fans. They've been sort of floating around between family members for a while. They're going to go in a couple of different cars, but we're finally fitting them up to the Patrol. The car itself doesn't overheat or anything, but it's always good to have more airflow and cooling capacity. So we're going to get in, pull this radiator, drain the coolant, and then modify the shroud to actually suit these fans. Alright, so that's probably going to be it for this video. It's been a lot of chopping and changing. We've been at this car for just over a week now, and between the hot days, the humid nights, and being in hospital, it's just a little bit hard trying to get everything recorded in one night or even in a couple of nights and days. So anyway, what is the budget on this car? Well, I'm going to first tell you what I paid for it and what we spent. We ended up buying the car for $6,000, which in my opinion is an absolute steal for an LS converted Patrol with all the stuff pretty much done to it. We're talking like obviously suspension, bar work, long range tank, and pretty much everything else. Now we've got a heap to do on the car. It's obviously quite rough around the edges, but we did drive it home with minimal issues. I did say it drove really nice, and it does drive really nice, but it was underpowered. Now the reason behind that is we've actually found 2 damaged spark plug leads on it, which were the ones right at the back on the driver's side. So the rear one was almost completely broken, and the next one up from that, so that's 5 and 7. So number 5 was broken in half, but still had the core connected. So yeah, we're definitely having quite a miss issue with it, and it runs a lot nicer now. Still got a heap coming for the car, but the list so far is we've spent about $520 at Repco. That's for oils, filters, spark plugs, and a brand new battery. We've spent around $80 on paint supplies. So we've got a pressure pack made up, which we've used to respray the rear door. I don't know if I got any footage of that or not. If I did, you'd probably see it, but if I didn't, then obviously you won't. So we did that, touched up the front guard as well, and we also got some satin blacks just to paint the insides of the guards and make it look a bit prettier. The last thing we bought was the alternator, which cost us $132. It's a extreme duty, unknown branded alternator. I've bought a couple of these things in the past. They've never let me down. And it was $15 for express post. So that got to me in 3 days. Yeah, besides that, we've still got a heap to do, and that'll all be coming out in the next video. We've got a lot of parts that we need to fit, and we've also got a lot of stuff that we need to finish modifying and fit back up to the car. But that'll all be in the next one. So if you want to see where this car is going, you want to see what's happening with my other GU, and also want to help this channel grow, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and until then, I'll catch you guys in the next one.